Hi everyone, welcome to Viva Ecology 9 Basic Training Part 1 Organization Permission Center. In this training, I will get you through the essential process of creating and maintaining the organization structure and personnel. It is a crucial step before you can proceed with other configurations like creating workflows or building a customized portal. Before we start, let me give you a brief overview on the topics that will be covered in this training. This training will be separated into two sections, front-end dashboard and back-end dashboard. In the front-end dashboard sections, I will show you how can you access to the organization chart, which will be used to visually represent the organization structure of the organizations. The second topic that will be covered in the front-end sections is the HR portal. I will show you how can you access to the contact list and also the personnel card and how can you create personnel at the front-end dashboard. In the second sections, the back-end dashboard, I will demonstrate how can you maintain the organization structure and personnel through basic setting, structure, and user-defined setting in the organization permission center. Throughout this training, I will use the company name Viva Demo as an example to demonstrate how can you maintain the organization structure detail and personnel detail. Now, let me show you how can you access to the organization chart at the front-end dashboard. After log into Ecology 9, click on the three dots icon on the top right and select Organization Chart from the drop-down list. You will then be brought to the organization chart. On the page, there are house icon and also square in different color. The house icon will represent the headquarters of the organizations. The square in blue colors will represent the divisions, and the one in green color will represent the departments. You can also see that there are number under the headquarters name, division's name, and also department's name. The number will indicate the total number of personnel that currently in the organizations, divisions, and departments. We can also make use of the advanced search functions. For example, if I want to know how many permanent staff that currently in each divisions and departments, I can click on the advanced search button and select permanent as the status, then click on search. It will then show me the total number of permanent staff that currently in the organizations, divisions, and departments. Next, let me show you how can you access to the HR portal. Hover your mouse over the portal menu, then select HR. You will then be brought to the HR portal contact list. On the left side of the contact list, there will be the organization structure of the organizations in navigation pane. The first house icon will represent the headquarters of the organizations. The subsequent house icon will represent the divisions. And under the divisions, there will be departments. The department will be represented by the documents icon in the navigation pane. Ecology 9 offers the flexibility to expand the organizational structure with multiple layers, which means that the divisions can have multiple level subdivisions and departments can have multi-level subdepartments. This allows for detailed and comprehensive representations of the organizations. On the right side of the page, there will be the list of personnel. The list will show the online status, name, department, divisions, contact informations, and direct superior of the personnel. By selecting the divisions or departments in the navigation pane, we can directly see the list of personnel associated with the selected divisions or departments. For example, if I want to get a list of personnel of Singapore divisions, I can select Singapore divisions in the navigation pane. The Singapore division's personnel list will then display on the right side of the contact list. By clicking on the name on the contact list, the personnel card will open on a new tab page. In the personal card, we can access to the personal detail, for example, the basic information, work experience, personal information, and also system information and etc. We are also able to edit the personal informations in the personal card. For example, if I want to change the contact information of this personal, I can simply click on the edit button here, then make the changes and click save. The changes will then updated in the contact list. Ecology 9 also provides search box on the top right of the contact list. For example, here if we can enter the personal name, and the system will display the relevant result, making it easier to obtain the personal information. We can also make use of the advanced search functions to filter out the personnel that does not meet certain conditions. For example, if I want to get the list of personnels where their employee numbers start with E00, I can click on the advanced search button and find the employee number sections and type E00 in the field box, then click on search. The contact list will then refresh and show the list of personnel that meets the requirement. Next, let me show you how can you create personnel at the front-end dashboard. In the HR portal, select Create Personnel in the side navigation bar. The Create Personnel window will then pop up. We then need to provide the personal information such as basic information, contact information, work experience, and also the system information. The first field is the employee number. We can provide the personnel and employee number. There we will need to enter their name and select the gender from the drop-down list. The next one is the department field. We will need to use the department browser button to find the department that the personnel associated with. For example, here, the personnel will work in the Singapore division's executive management department. I can then click on the search button here, then find the Singapore divisions. Under the Singapore divisions, I just select the departments, then click confirm. The next step, we will need to assign positions to the personnel. We can make use of the personnel browser button by clicking the search button here, then select the positions from the position master data list. However, if the position is not created previously, we can also create the positions by clicking on the add icon. The add position window will then pop up. We can then provide the positions details. For example, I will use financial advisor as an example here. So I just make the abbreviation same as the name of the positions. Then we will need to categorize the positions by using the job field here. Click on the browser button here and find the job category. For example, here, financial management. We can also provide other informations like job numbers, responsibility, related document, qualifications, and remarks. Then click on the Save button. The position will then be created in the position master data list. For the direct superior field, we can use the Human Resource Browser button to find their direct superior by clicking on the search button. The Human Resource Browser will then pop up. In the Human Resource Browser, you can see there are different tabs such as Reason, Same Department, My Subordinates, and BU. As I am using System Admin account to do the demonstration, I will select the Business Unit tab, BU, and select the Direct Superior from the Human Resource Browser. I can also use the search box here to find the Direct Superior. For example, Denzel. and select. Next, we can select the status of the personnel in the drop-down list. We can also upload their professional headshot here. We also need to select the office locations from the office locations master data list. For here, I will select Singapore. Then the next section is the contact information. We can choose to fill in the contact information, for example, the contact number, office number, and email. In the work experience part, we have to provide the personnel the onboarding date and also the start work date. We can select the date by clicking on the calendar icon and select that from the drop-down list. Let's move to the system information section. In the system information section, we can set up an account for the personnel to log in Ecology 9 by assigning account and password to the personnel. However, please note that these fields are not mandatory as some employees may not require system access. For example, here I can just give her an account and password. We can also assign a security level to the personnel in the system information, which represent the access level granted to them. The security level generally range from 0 to 100. The security level will be used for precise control in configuration later. For example, we can use it to restrict the range of security levels required to raise a workflow or to access specific documents. After all detail be provided in the Create Personnel window, enter the verification code and click on the Save button. The personnel will then be created under the department he or she associated with. Next, let me show you how can we maintain the organization structure and personnel at the back-end dashboard. Click on the three dots icon and select back-end dashboard from the drop-down list. We will then be brought to the back-end dashboard Organization Permission Center. The first topic that will be covered in the Organization Permission Center is the basic setting, which will be used to maintain the human resource related master data. Now, let me demonstrate how can you maintain master data in a basic setting. First, select basic setting on the top menu bar. Different type of master data that we can maintain will then be shown in the side navigation bar. For example, office locations, country and regions, positions, and etc. In this training, I will use educational background setting as an example. First, select education setting in the side navigation bar. Educational background data list will then be shown. Then, click on the Create button on the top right of the list. The Create Educational Background window will then pop up. We can then enter the detail of the educational background. For example, graduate certificate. After filling in the detail, click on the Save button. The data will then be saved in the master data list. We can also edit the detail of the educational background by clicking on its name. For example, here, I can select Other, then make the changes. Then click Save. The master list will then be updated. Besides that, we can also delete the master data that are not in use. We can select the unwanted data, then click on the Batch Delete button. For example, I want to delete the secondary technology, so I can select it, then click on Batch Deleting, then click OK. The data will then be removed from the educational setting. However, only the data that are not in use can be deleted. For example, the educational background of Denzel is set as MBA, as we are not able to delete the row. Other than creating the master data row by row, we can use the batch importing functions to import data into the master data list. So select import basic data in the site navigation bar. There are different types of master data that you can batch import to the system. For example, the position, country and region, office locations, and etc. In this training, I will use country and regions to demonstrate the batch import function. Now, click on Import Country and Region. The Import Country and Region window will pop up. The first half of the window is the basic info section, where you can download and upload the import template. The second half is the instructions on import sections, which give you the detailed instructions on how to batch import the data. Click on the import template to download the Excel template, and we can then maintain the country and region data in the Excel template. After maintaining the data in the Excel templates downloaded, select the file and click on Submit. Ecology 9 will then show all import success. However, if there are any failure while importing the basic data, the error message will then pop up. You can also access to the import log to check the previous import data. The next topic that I'm going to cover is structure, which is used to maintain the organization structure. Select structure on the top menu bar. The organization maintenance page will then open. On the left side of the page, you will be able to see the organization structure in the navigation pane. As I mentioned in the front end dashboard, the first house icon will represent the headquarters. Division will be represented by the subsequent house icon. There are also folder icons under the divisions, which represents the departments under the divisions. In Ecology 9, the first house icon is pre-existing and cannot be removed or created, but we can edit on the headquarters name and abbreviations. First, select the first house icon in the navigation pane. The headquarters information will then be displayed on the right side of the page. We can then click on the edit button and make the changes. In this training, I will change the abbreviations and full names to Viva Demo. You can also provide the company website here. After fill in the mandatory fields, then click on Save. Next, I will guide you through the steps of creating divisions and departments. In Ecology 9, the departments must be created under a divisions, and every personnel must be associated with departments. Therefore, it is crucial to follow a top to bottom approach when setting up the organization structure. Start by creating a division, then move on to create departments, and finally assigning personnel to their respective departments. However, in real-world scenario, organizations may have departments directly under the headquarters. To accommodate this, it's become necessary to create a divisions that represent the headquarters before proceeding to create other divisions and departments. Now, let me show you how to create divisions in Ecology 9. Click on the Create Division button at the top right corner. Then enter the abbreviations and the full name of the divisions. For example, here, maybe I just put Thailand division, then put the full name as same as the abbreviation. We can then choose to select the parent divisions of the divisions that we're creating. If we leave the superior divisions blank, the divisions created will be directly under the headquarters. You can also fill in other information, for example, the website, the divisions code, or limit the user under the divisions. After that, click on Save to create the divisions. You can see from the navigation pane that the divisions is created. Next, we can start to create departments under the divisions created. Select the division created in the navigation pane. You will be brought to the divisions information page. Then click on Create Departments. You can then enter the abbreviations and full name of the department. For example, here, Executive Management. But you can also see that the divisions field will be filled automatically if you click on the Create Department button after selecting the divisions. Similar to creating divisions, we can also choose to select created department as its superior department. But if we leave the superior departments blank, the department created will be directly under the selected divisions. After filling all information, click on Save to create a department. As you can see on the top right of the page, we can also create peer divisions, subdivisions, or peer departments, subdepartments. After creating departments, we can then create personnel under departments. Select the departments that the personnel work in. The department information page will then display on the right side of the page. Next, select Human Resource tab and click on the Create Personnel button. A Create Personnel window will be opened in a new tab page. You can then enter the detail of the personnel, follow the step that I demonstrate at the front-end dashboard, enter the basic informations, contact informations, work experience, and also system information, then click on Save. However, when initializing the system, it's nearly impossible to create the divisions, department, and personnel one by one. Hence, Ecology 9 provides batch import features to streamline the process by importing the divisions, departments, and personnel with Excel template. To begin, select Organization Maintenance in the navigation bar, then click on Import Personnel button located on the top right corner. An Import Personnel window will pop up. So the first step is to identify the re-verification field. I will explain the re-verification field when preparing the import template. The next step is to choose the type of import. When importing the new personnel, we should select Create as the type of import. This indicates that the system should create new entries based on the provided information. Alternatively, you can select Updates as the type of import if you wish to update the information of personnel who already exist in the system. We can then download the import template by clicking on Import Template. Let me show you the template downloaded. So the headers with red colors such as divisions, departments denotes the mandatory field. To establish the hierarchy relations within the organization structure, you can use the greater than symbol as a separator to indicate the parent-child relationship between the divisions and subdivisions, as well as the departments, subdepartments. For example, if division A has a subdivisions named divisions A1, the relationship between the two can be written as divisions A greater than divisions A1. When importing divisions and departments data using the Excel template, if a divisions or department does not exist in your Ecology 9 environment, the system will automatically create the divisions and departments and establish the appropriate linkage based on the provided information. To establish the superior subordinate relation between personnel, you can populate the direct superior column with the direct superior's employee number, account, or name. The value of this field must be unique for each personnel. The chosen field will also be used as the re-verifications field to determine superior subordinate relationships while importing the personnel. For example, if account is selected as the re-verification field, the direct superior column in the Excel template should be filled with the account of the superior personnel. If you choose update as the type of import, system will use the re-verification field as the identifier to update the personal information as well. After completing the personal information preparation, we can click on select the file button here and upload the Excel template. Then click on the submit button. The system will then import personnel data row by row, and if any errors are encountered in certain rows, those rows will be skipped, and the import process will continue with the remaining data. The system will show all import success if all the data are imported successfully. However, if there are any failure during importing the data, you can refer to the import result page to identify the reason for any errors encountered. You can also click on the import history to find the import results. For example, here, there will be hints informations of the failure. After imported the data, we can still edit the organization structure in the organization maintenance page by clicking on the edit button on the top right. The edit window will then pop out. We can then make the changes. For example, I can change the abbreviations of Thailand divisions. I can click on the Thailand divisions in the navigation pane, then click on edit button, then change the abbreviations to Thai divisions, then click on save. We can also delete unwanted department or divisions. So for example, I want to delete the executive management that under Thailand divisions. I can select executive management in the navigation pane, then click on the drop-down list icon and select delete from the drop-down list, then click confirm. However, if there were personnel that were in the department or divisions previously, we are then not able to remove the department or divisions by deleting it. But we can still freeze the department or divisions to hide the department or divisions from the navigation pane. For example, if I want to remove the Thai divisions, select Thai divisions in the navigation pane, then right-click on the divisions and select freeze from the drop-down list. Then click confirm. The departments or divisions will then be removed from the organization structure. If the department or divisions is back in business, you can click on the unhide icon to display all the divisions and departments. Then select the divisions and right-click on it and select unfreeze from the drop-down list. Then click confirm. The Thai divisions will then display in the navigation pane again. Besides that, the personnel created or imported into the system cannot be deleted. However, we can update their status using the human resource management function if someone is dismissed or resigned from the organization. For example, if Nuri resigned from the Viva demo, we can select Application Center on the portal menu bar, then select HR. After that, select HRM on the site navigation bar. The HRM will expand, then select Employee Status Change. On the expanded Employee Status Change list, you will be able to see there are different types of status change, such as employee resignations, employee retirement, employee dismissal, and etc. In this case, we can select employee resignations. Next, select Nuri as the resignation person. Then click on Confirm and select the resignation date. For example, 19th of July. We can also provide more information such as the reason, the resignation contract, and the notice center. After that, click on Submit. The personnel will then be removed from the organizations after the selected date. The next topic that I'm gonna cover in this training video is the user-defined setting. User-defined setting allows us to add more field or information to the divisions, departments, and personnel. We can also add or remove the information that display in the personnel card. We can modify the display of fields in the browser box as well. Now, let me show you how can you add fields for divisions. In the Organization Permission Center, select User-Defined Setting on the top menu bar. Then select Division field in the site navigation bar. A division field list will then be shown on the right of the page. We can then click on the Create buttons here to create a new field. A new row will be added to the division field list. We can then type in the field name, for example, division's location. The database field name will then be generated automatically. Then select the field type. As you can see here, the division field that we added will be enabled by default. We can also set the field added as mandatory field by ticking the require box. Then click on the Save button. The field will then be added to the division. Let me show you how will it look like. So select Structure on the top menu bar, then select Divisions. So you can see that there is the field that we added just now. We can also create a new group for the division. For example here, I can create a group name detail information. Click Save. Then we can add more field here. For example, postman in charge. Select the field type. Click on Save. You can then see the new sections under the division information page. We can also remove the group added. First, remove all the fields under the group by selecting all the fields and click on the delete button here. Then click on Confirm. The field will then be removed and saved. To remove group added permanently, we can click on the group maintenance button here. Then select the group that we want to remove. Then click on the delete button in the group maintenance window. Then click Save. The group will then be removed from the division information. However, If we want to temporarily remove the group from the division information page, we can just untick the show box in the group maintenance window, then click on Save. The group will then be hidden from the division's information. Now, let us move to the department field. Select Departments field in the side navigation bar. Similarly, we can click on the Create button here to create more field. We can also click on the Create Row button to add a new sections in the department informations. There is also group maintenance function here. We can use it to remove the group added or hide the group laying on the department informations. Now, let me show you how can you add more field to the personnel card. Select personnel card field definitions in the side navigation bar. Then you can see there's a navigation pane on the right side of the page. So these are the selections in the top menu bar of the personnel card. So how can we add fields to the personnel card? For example, if I want to add fields in the personal information page, I can select personal informations in the navigation pane and click on the Create button. Then enter the display name, like the field type. For example, emergency contact. Then select the field type. Then click on the Save button. A new field will then be added to the personal information page. Let me show you in the personal card. Open the personal card. Select personal information on the top menu bar. You can see here there's the field that I added just now. We can also remove the field if the field is not in use. We can select it and click on the Delete button here to remove the field from the personal information. Same as divisions and department field, we can also create a new section in the personal information page. For example, here we can create a new group, emergency contact informations, then click on Save. We can then add more information in the emergency contact information group. For example, the emergency contact person and also emergency contact number. Then select the field type, then click on Save. You can see that there's a new section, emergency contact informations, be added in the personal information page. Similarly, we can also remove these sections. We will need to remove all the field in the group first. Select all the field, then click on the Delete button and click Confirm. Then click Save to save the change. So now all the fields in the group are removed. We can then click on the Group Maintenance button. If you want to remove the group permanently, we can just select it and click on the Delete button and click Confirm if the changes. However, if we want to temporarily remove it or hide it from the personal information page, we can just untick this show box and click on Save. So now the sections will be hidden from the personal card. Besides that, we can also use the user-defined setting to adjust the field that display in the personnel card. So let me show you how can we do it. Select personnel card display field in the side navigation bar. The first column's descriptions will be the top menu bar in the personnel card. We can untick the show box here to temporarily remove the menu in the personnel card. For example, here I can untick the reward and penalty, then click on Save. The reward and penalty menu will then be hidden in the personnel card. The third column is the elements in each personnel menu. We can also temporarily remove the element in personnel card. For example, I want to hide the family information in the personal information page. I can untick the box and click Save. The family information element will then be temporarily removed from the personal information page. In the user-defined setting menu, we can edit the information that be displayed in the browser box as well. For example, if I want my human resource browser box to display employee number, I can select browser display field in the site navigation bar, then select human resource browser box. Please bear in mind that there are only maximum of 4 fields that can be displayed in the browser box. By default, the fields that be displayed in the browser box are name, divisions, and positions. In this case, I want to add an employee number in the browser box. I will need to untick one of these fields first, then only select the employee number. For example, here I will untick the position field, then click the employee number, then click on Save. You can then use the preview functions to see the effect. We can also rearrange the order in which the fields are presented in the browser box using the display sequence setting. So for example, if I want the employee number come before departments and division field, I can set the display sequence of employee number as 2, then set the divisions as 3 and departments as 4, then click on Save. As a result, the employee number will be displayed before the department and division field. Besides human resource browser box, we can also customize the display field of both department and division browser box. Next, I will show you how to adjust the country and region display. So, select admin area display setting here. You can see that there are province display level, city display level, district and country display level, and also a separator field box. To let you have a better understanding, let's see how the display look like if I select a province now. So select China and select Beijing. You can see that it's only showing the province Beijing. But what if I want to include the country China? I can click on the province display level, then select country and province, then click Save. You can now see that the country is included in the province browser box if I select Beijing. We can also change the separator of the field. For example, I want to change the separator to a dash. Then just put a dash here, then click Save. You can see the separator is changed to the dash now. We can change the display of the organization structure browser box as well. For example, the divisions and the departments field. So select organization display fields. You can then change the display level of the divisions and the departments, and also the separator between levels. In the second half of the page, there's application module sections. We can apply this organization display to our workflows and modeling engine by enabling this setting under application module sections. So here comes to the end of our basic training part 1, Organization Permission Center. Thank you for watching.